Welcome back to the Trev Log. This is episode 2, and let me just say that from the first episode, I was listening back to it, and there were some moments where the microphone was really poor and caused some unpleasant sounds. I will get a new mic at some point, but for now, that's not something I can do, so um, apologies for that, but as soon as I can update that, I shall. Anyway, I'm going to continue with the tutorial from Bad Decisions Studio. I'm now on tutorial part 3. Again, the first one was really just about installing Unreal Engine, so if you're following along, you would want to go and just watch their video about that or any other video. It's not difficult to install. So just check it out. With that out of the way, this one is tutorial part 3, modeling tools and basics. Now, one of the things that they mentioned is that is not Unreal Engine is more about bringing in assets to use. Uh, Rather than modeling, but they still, Epic still decided to put in modeling ability, which I'm excited about because I want to get to a place where I'm creating my own models, but we'll see. We'll see what we learn. The first thing that they were saying in the tutorial is that we're going to get rid of these things here. So, uh, delete the cube. I wonder, can I select? Oh, no. You can't drag and select. Click one at a time. Delete these things. Okay. All right. So we'll be exploring modeling. Let's check it out. Okay. So what I've learned now is that this box here, selection mode, they were showing in the tutorial. Now, this tutorial, by the way, to be clear, is some came out 2 years ago, so they were saying that modeling is not here. However, here it is. Uh, but what they also were showing is that you can go to Edit and then Plugins. And when you select plugins, then it gives you all these different plugins that you can access. They're all owned by Epic Games, and so you can try them out. Some are already, like Actor Sequence is already activated. I don't know what that does yet, but let's search for modeling and just see which one, because they were saying to have modeling tools editor mode, and that's the one that is in fact selected. Let's see, it includes a suite of interactive tools for creating and editing meshes in the editor. So we'll see what that's about. Apparently it's in beta still, and so we'll have to be careful with that. We'll see how that turns out. But for now, we can just close this. Maybe, I guess at this point you just go to modeling and turn that on, which gives you all this stuff. So let's see what this is about. One more quick thing, since it didn't show up in my video, one thing that would have happened if you turn on a plugin that wasn't turned on before, then you need to restart the engine. So I didn't need to do that because, well, it was already turned on. Something that they just talked about is that they're going to have an image, multiple images actually, that they use as reference to help them as they model. And they recommended this website here called pureref.com, which I think I'm going to go ahead and get this so that I can also, the idea of having references that I can work with or model based off of seems like a really good thing. of the artists that I know and have spoken with, they use references. So that's going to be a good thing. And it's looking like this is free. So you just push get pure ref, and I haven't delved into it just yet. I just found out about it. But I'm going to use it for personal use, and so I'll just go ahead and download this. You can donate to them if you would like, which would be really cool. Anyway, oh, interesting. Okay, we'll see. My plan is to use this though. Okay, so I just went through the super simple process of installing it, just from that web page that I was just showing, and so I'm going to browse. It just popped this up on my screen right here. So let's click browse and see, I guess. Here's an image that I have open. Oh, and you can zoom in and out and drag it around. Ooh, neat. Okay. So now, and then can I drag this places? What can I do? Aha. Okay, so now here I have this reference image that I can utilize. So if I already knew what I was going to be making, then I could just open up pure ref and pop it in here and then have a reference to follow, which is really convenient. I don't know if I'm going to be given access to their references, but we'll see. All right. So we're going to talk about well, the vertical tools here. There's quite a few different options like the model, the shape modeling, deformations, mesh processing, and so on. I'm not going to get into those just yet. What they were talking about is on the create option, it's like a major header, and then there's tools within. So, I mean, if you just click model, for example, it gives you these tools, which I can't use because I don't have anything to work with at the moment. But if I go to create, they said box, and you can't drag it out like you could with the plus. Quick, like up here, I forget what this is called, creation tool. And so if you just click box, then it allows you to just place a box anywhere. So I'll place that there and then move into it. Now, just like before, we have the details panel over here on the right side, but there's also, like, you can adjust the width of the shape here and put it back, reset it. Depth is there. Let's just make everything. I don't see the lock option here. Interesting. Anyway, so this is all here. Let's make it 4. Can I just type in? No. Oh, there we go. 400 and 400 and 400. There you go. Now we've got a cube. And one of the things that they then talked about is the subdivisions, which you can't really see what's going on in that respect right at this moment. But if you click Show Wireframe, this box down here, now it shows, oh, it shows how this is subdivided, which are pretty big pieces that it's currently subdivided into. So if I were to try and shape this, they're really big pieces, and kind of reminds me of old this old fighting game called Virtua Fighter, where you could just see the polygons on these characters. Um, and what you can do is you can actually increase the number of polygons. Let's make it, I guess, click, and then 100. Depth subdivision also 100, and height subdivision 100. And now there are a lot of divisions instead of just what the 4 or something that it was before. And so if I start to manipulate this, I have a lot of small faces. It's just um, a lot more polygons to manipulate, and so you can make things a lot smoother. It's kind of like in the last episode when I was rotating on a 45-degree rotation snap compared with 5 degrees or 1 degrees or 100th degrees. A similar kind of idea. So I'm sure we'll find out more about this very soon. Create box, accept, cancel. Oh, Control C. Oh my goodness. I'm making things disappear. Okay, I guess I'll pull the box out again. Oh, hey, and it's got all the same settings that I had before. Neat. Okay. Create. Oh, yes, let's accept. I'm so confused at all of a sudden. Let's see what if I missed something. It turns out I didn't miss anything. It's just I created it. I set it up when I clicked box and I put it in the scene. Then I made whatever changes I wanted, and now this particular item actually has, or actor, has the settings that I gave to it, and you just can't tell when you look at it that that's the case. But that was just an example that they were showing, and we're not actually going to use this cube for what they're showing, so I'm going to delete it, and we'll see what's next. Okay, so they decided to bring out a sphere which has currently 16 subdivisions, what it's automatically set to. And then, in order to make a comparison, they said, hey, let's bring out a basic sphere. So let's find that. Shapes, drag it out. And when you zoom in, which I'm just scrolling on my scroll wheel to zoom in, let's see. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. You can see by looking at this sphere that it is not smooth. You've got a pretty long straight edge, and then it has you can see the vertex, and it has another pretty long line and then vertex. So it's not very smooth. Whereas if we're looking, I need to not be going so fast when where is the options for that? Oh, create sphere. Oh, they haven't created it yet. But how do I slow myself down? Maybe I can't do it yet.
Floating, we have curved, we have spiral, right? And
Oh, oops. I hit that too soon. Well, it turns out we're not going to delve any deeper into this. I guess it was just a point that they wanted to make that this, with the additional subdivisions, is smooth. So, like if I was making a sun or something like that, I might want it to be perfectly smooth instead of having those edges. So we're getting rid of this though. Oh, let's see, cancel this, delete that. And the next thing that they started talking about was stairs. So you can bring stairs into this scene, which that's fair. I don't think, I mean, I would want to have to make stairs unnecessarily. So there we go. There they are. That's nice. And so something pretty cool after you pull the stairs out is that you can, right here where it says the type of stairs, these are linear stairs, but there's also floating stairs like this, which you can, I mean, it's pretty cool. Curved stairs, so they're curving around, as the name implies. Spiral, which is basically just curved and floating at the same time, which is really cool. So if we switch it back to just floating, I guess, you can change the step height here. So I lived in a house where the stairs were, the house was like built in 1905 or something like that. And the stairs to get upstairs were not too dissimilar from this. Not to today's code, that's for sure. But anyway, um, that's the step height. Well, step depth can make them really long, which is really cool as well. Step width can make them really wide. Yeah, that's cool. So you can just make stairs and make them the way that you want them to be, and then bam, that's super simple. Okay, so I get to accept the stairs and actually work with things. So let's see, how do I actually want them to be? Kind of go, yeah, a little wide, and we'll make it like this, sure. Okay, and accept. So now I have my stairs, they exist. Zoom out just a bit. Cool. Okay, so there they are. And what I'm going to work with now is cube grid. It says to create block out meshes using a repositionable grid. So when I click this, now I can select where I want my cube grid to be. Let's see. Oh, I think I need to figure out better how to make this actually work. Let's, one moment. Okay, so I haven't made anything, but I have selected, as you saw moments ago, this area. And what I can do, there are these shortcuts on the left side in the modeling tool uh, panel, and it says push pull EQ to pull or push. And so let's push E and see what happens. Nothing. What if I hit Q? What is happening? Nothing? Oh, it's because I was not in Unreal. Okay, let's try E now. Haha. And Q makes it go down. Okay, so I want to try and line this up right here, and then E. I wound up. Oh my goodness, it's funny because it's just not exactly like what you're used to. Um, and now I don't know how I make this go back yet. Like I'm, if I just select it. Oh yeah, that made it all go away. That's very neat. So my recommendation is, if you're a noob like me, which is why I assume you would be here at this time. Oh, did I leave some? I think I deleted some of the stairs. Oh my goodness gracious. You may hear me say, oh my goodness gracious, a lot as I struggle through. Okay, maybe this is just part of the stairs. But hey, you know what? Again, I don't think so. I have caused some damage. What if I hit escape and just cancel? The tool is being canceled, which normally discards all changes. Would you like to apply these changes? Selecting no or closing this window will discard the tool's current work. That's okay. Let's hit no. Okay. Let's try again, methinks. Cube grid. Now, it looks like I want to come at it right here. How wide did I make these? Okay. So if I go up, oh, I just, oh, I'm having a hard time. Okay. I think part of the issue is that this is making the cubes bigger. Like I didn't prepare the stairs properly for this, but that's okay. I think let's just keep moving forward at this point. Okay. Point is, when you start to get better at this, like I think, I don't want to go that way. Yeah, I just keep clicking and dragging, like that's gonna, like I'm grabbing and moving, um, which is not how it works here. And Control Z doesn't seem to do what I want it to either. What is there? Edit, undo cube grid selection change. Okay. Haha. What was that? Edit. Yeah, Control Z. Okay. So right click, move myself around in the world, and then E. Okay. So as you start to get better with this, which I'm obviously currently not very good at it yet, but that's okay, is you can just start making a platform. Um, make a tower, and so on. That's getting a little easier. So again, if I knew exactly what I was building, because I had a reference, then that would be a really good situation, um, to be able to just quickly make platforms and towers and various things of that nature. Okay, let's see what's next. Yeah, because something else actually that they mentioned just now in terms of references, like I was just saying, is if I were to build a whole neighborhood, for example, or a village, keeping in line with the kind of game that I'm going to build, then I could have it laid out on a map already, or on some piece of paper or something, just ready to put in. But before I start bringing stuff in, I can use a tool like this to lay it out in the world and then start bringing in more complicated assets that actually will replace this. This is just like a temporary placeholder that lets you kind of see where everything's going to go, which is nice. Before, because I mean, obviously, you just saw me struggling, and so I I think it's nice that idea of setting everything up first. So at this point, these are the basic tools that they're introducing, and rather than experimenting with any other tools, they're going to get straight into specifically bringing in assets or modeling specifically what we're going to need to do the Star Wars tutorial that they're making. And so this is all going to be deleted. Can hit accept and then just delete that. And I'm going to delete it because it's not needed, and because I think I'm going to call it there for this video because those were the basic tools, and um, I think I'd like the next video to start with the actual tool that we need and not just examples. So, with that, thanks for sticking it out with me. Again, um, I really would love for you to be here with me and following my journey. But again, at the end of the day, this is my process. It's going to take however long it takes me, and I'm just going to keep plugging away at it uh, over time and keep putting out videos. And I will take suggestions from people should that arise. But I'm going to finish this tutorial process and see what I learn, and just in general get better at using these tools so that it starts to become, I mean, you were here if you were here and you saw what happened. So instead of wasting your time, I one last thing I'm going to check. I'm going to hold right click and I'm going to use the scroll bar. Yeah, okay. I think I was just zoomed in too far. Or not zoomed in, but my speed was too fast. If you hold the right click and you use the scroll button, well, it really either speeds you up when you scroll forward, or if you scroll back, then it slows you down to like a crawl. I've, I've in fact stopped, but okay. So cool. I thought that it showed me my speed. Maybe it's because I'm in modeling mode that it's not showing me anymore. Interesting. It was up here in the top right, but now I don't see it. So I'm curious. Let's get into the selection tool. There it is, right here. Set the camera speed. So that goes away when you're in modeling mode. I know I said I was going to be done, but perspective is what changed. Ooh, okay. Switches the viewport to perspective view. So there's all these orthographic views, top, bottom, left, right, front, back. Um, you can change the camera movement and so on. So I'm not getting into all of these things right now, but just to say, my confusion earlier came from the fact that I wasn't seeing that tool or that piece of information, and it's because it disappeared, which is kind of weird. Why would it go away? But I'm going to scroll back, and you see it goes to like a tenth. But if you hold the right click button and scroll forward, you can make it go like, you can be going so fast. Anyway, I'm trying to give you motion sickness. uh, cool. There you go. This is base speed. Anyway, this is where it will be when we get back. So yes, again, thank you for sticking it out with me. I'm gonna go on tangents. I'm gonna be curious. That's the whole point. I'm gonna be authentic and curious and figure stuff out, and hopefully that'll make it memorable and for all of us involved. And I'll know how to use this program. So thanks for being here.